And so we've made it to the long awaited, hated, dreadful bye week. I can't stand bye weeks for one reason and reason only. And if you're in an offline league, cool, that's fine. But when you're in an online league and the advance is 24 to 48 hours, a bye week can be the longest week while you're waiting on the action of everybody else to take place. You have to just sit there, do your training, whatever else it is that you have, maybe lab up, I don't know. See what your negotiations look like with your players that you're trying to re-sign, whatever it is. But it's a long week. I'm going to go ahead and knock out my training. As you seen on my last episode, I think that was my last episode, I mentioned that, or I used my staff points and I unlocked 2 more focus player spots. So we've officially got 2 new focus players. We have the same players we had before, plus we've added Chop Robinson and Farley. So yes, the bye week, there's nothing else left to do. So we just gonna go ahead and get into this training action. And like I said in my last episode, I might consider fast forwarding through the training going forward. I don't know. I haven't seen no feedback from anybody saying not to or whether to do so. If somebody comes along and says it, then I'll probably for sure go ahead and fast forward through training. But for the time being, I'm gonna go ahead and keep just letting the training play out. Let you guys see what I do as far as my training is concerned, which activities I partake in. I try to switch it up with different positions. Some positions I stick to the same thing. Some positions you only have one thing, like offensive line, for instance, which, like I've mentioned before, in prior years, you didn't even have anything for offensive line to be able to develop, but now you do. So, but yeah, so we're doing a scramble drill with Malik Willis. It's one of the easier drills. It's not too easy, given the fact that they make these big 300-pound offensive linemen run 4.2 right there with you. So you got to be on your P's and Q's to be able to make sure you're eluding these guys. I should have dumped it off to Kyle Pitts right there, but it's all good. I needed to make sure that I hit my mark so I can get the extra boost. So we got gold with Malik. The journey this year has been huge for Malik Willis. Like I said, if you've been here this entire time since the start of this rebuild, you saw that when I got Malik, he was a 63 overall. And then out the gate, training camp, he gets dev upgrade to a star. Then the very first week of training before the first preseason game, he gets superstar dev. Couple weeks into the season, he ends up having I end up getting the X Factor in training. Like I said, never seen anything like that before, but we got X Factor during training, and his development has been through the roof. And it helps because then we can start really developing the guys around him even more. So you have a good quarterback, you can make everybody else around him good as well. So far, huge season for Malik Willis, and we try to just build everybody up. That's the essence of year one. Create your team how you like your team, and just build them from the ground up. Do what you got to do to get them where you need them to be. If you're not doing what you need to do to take care of business, then it's going to be a slow development process. I'm trying to speed that development process up. So yeah, we'll see where we can go. We're still undefeated right now, 9-0. You know, we just knocked off the Bengals 50-7. Pretty much every time we face off against a CPU opponent, it's gonna be a blowout. There's really not much the CPU can do, and a majority of the users in the league don't really struggle with CPU like say. So some users do, some users don't. But I kind of got an idea for the CPU when it comes to users. That's a different story. Users might give me more of a hard time, but it just depends on who we're playing. Some people might not be as advanced as the next person. That doesn't mean they're bad. It just means that they might not be as advanced as the next person. So it might be a more difficult time against some of the top tier users in our league versus some of the more on the beginner side users, should I say. So, but right now we on Jackson Powers Johnson. Again, I wish I had my star running back now so I could develop Powers Johnson a lot more, him and everybody else on the offensive line. But with me not having a running back that I'm trying to really develop, it's hard for me to try to develop my offensive line because I'm not really running with those guys. Only way, like I said before, the only way you develop your offensive line is if you're running with your running backs. And I'm not running with my running backs. I'm running with Malik Willis, but that doesn't count towards your offensive line. The only time your offensive line gets any kind of boost or dev points is when you're running designed run plays with running backs. And we're not doing a lot of that. So year 2, it'll be different though. Year 2, it'll be different. So we got Chop Robinson. We doing the trench battle, which is one of the easier training activities you can do in Madden. It's the fastest. It's easy. It's easy. And when you try to get your training done quick, if you got a bunch of like defensive linemen or maybe even linebackers, if you don't want to do chase and tackle, if you got a bunch of them that you're trying to develop, just put them all across the board. You get through your training quick. You'll get through your training real quick. And you pretty much get gold every time. So as you can see, I had gold with Chop after the second rep. But one more to go. We're gonna go with Caleb Farley. And then it depends on how long this takes. If I'll get into game action. Oh, what I'm talking about game action. I forgot I'm on a bye week. So after this rep or after this training activity, we'll probably go ahead. If I don't have anything else I think I need to do, I'll go ahead and get into I'll go ahead and cut it short, should I say. And then the next episode will be whenever we advance to the following week. But partaking in a DB battle. I don't really like DB battle this year because it's not like it was in prior years. Prior years, you could see the route and you could basically pretty much kind of predict where the receiver was going to be. It was easy. They did need to make it harder. I will say that. They did need to make it harder. But now, with you not even having no clue where the receiver is going to, it's easy to get faked out and get beat. And it makes this activity a lot harder than it was before. And so far, we're doing pretty good. But it's not as good as I would like. Like I said, in prior years, I was getting gold every time. I was getting gold every time in prior years. Now it is a struggle because you got to try to predict where they're going to be. See, it's so hard. And depending on how this pans out, if I can't get anything close to gold, I probably just like exit out. Not exit out, but I'll probably just accept whatever it is that I get. And yeah, we're just restarting out the gate. This is a frustrating activity right here. This will make you throw your controller. Matter of fact, I think when we first started the franchise, when we first started the franchise, I did toss my controller one good time. So yeah, this one pissed me off the first time I did it because I was doing the same focus player, same activity for like 45 minutes. Could not get gold before I finally got gold. This might not be the play. I might have to do going forward, I might have to do a different DB activity or try something different because this ain't it. This ain't it at all. And it's like I said, this used to be my go-to. This used to be my go-to. And again, like I said, they ain't have to leave it how it was. They could have made it harder, but golly, they could have did something different besides just completely throwing you off, not giving you any kind of idea or anything. But I guess that's the point of it. No, I guess because DBs in real life have to try to predict what they're doing. We're going to go ahead and take the bronze on that one. We're just going to go ahead and take the bronze, whatever. Next week's training. We'll probably try out a different DB activity, but for the time being, we rolling with that. Go ahead and complete this training. Go ahead and complete this episode, this bye week. I don't think I have anything else I need to do. Let me look. Any other activities? Yeah, I don't have nothing lined up. So we're going to go ahead and cut it right there. Again, if you're here for the first time or you're returning and you haven't liked or subscribed already, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed on all Madden 25 content, whether that be franchise rebuild content like this Raiders rebuild, tutorials, tips, tricks, etc. We have it. So again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. That's been my time. Till next time. Peace.